What's happened today in Manhattan is an outrage. It's an outrage to the three of us.
What was your reaction when you heard?
Relieved.
Polarized reactions tonight from protesters across the country, all in the wake of the historic indictment of former President Donald Trump. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. The biggest protest we are tracking at this hour is taking place right in front of Trump's Florida home, Mar-a-Lago. We are taking a live look at the estate right now. Protesters have been there for hours rallying in support of the former president. While the indictment comes from a grand jury in New York, Mr. Trump is reported to be in Florida right now. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis took to Twitter just a few hours ago to call the indictment, quote, un-American, and to say the state will not assist in an extradition to New York. Michael George with CBS News has the latest on the indictment from Manhattan.
A Manhattan grand jury voted to indict former President Donald Trump on Thursday, making him the first former president to face criminal charges. The indictment, confirmed by his attorneys, remains under seal. The district attorney's investigation is related to hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels in the run-up to the 2016 election, and whether Trump falsified records to hide it.
They have nothing.
In a statement, Trump said he's a completely innocent person and that this is political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history.
The fact that he may be indicted now does not have any effect whatsoever upon his running for president.
CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman says the current presidential candidate will still be treated like any other person facing charges.
He will be processed. He will have a mugshot. He will get a booking number. He will give fingerprints, albeit electronically rather than by ink.
Trump is expected to surrender next week here at the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse, where the NYPD has already stepped up its presence.
All of the law enforcement partners at the state, local, and federal level will be joined hand in hand with the Secret Service to accomplish this mission.
Trump is facing several other investigations, including his handling of classified documents, his role in the January 6th Capitol attack, and his alleged attempt to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Again, this is the first time in American history a former president has been charged with a crime. Now the question remains, could this prevent him from taking office again? To answer that question, our Verified team looked to the Constitution, where Article 2 lays out 3 eligibility requirements for becoming president. First, you must be a natural-born American citizen. Second, you must be at least 35 years old. And finally, you have to have been a resident of the U.S. for at least 14 years. There are no other requirements. So theoretically, Trump could still be elected president, even though he's been indicted. Now, to be clear, an indictment is not a conviction. We have been covering this story since it broke earlier this afternoon. For a look back at any of our coverage, just head to our website, KREM.com. And in the meantime, we will continue to track the former president's indictment and bring you updates just as soon as we learn more. In the meantime, let's talk weather here in the Inland Northwest with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagoud. Jeremy, it's been a beautiful week so far across the Inland Northwest. But as you've said this week, live in the now because things are changing.
Oh, man, we only have one more day, and then things start to turn and turn quickly. Right now, we sit at 47 degrees, quite warm outside. I was actually walking around earlier going, oh, it's too warm. It's too warm. And if you can hold on to that sentiment, I suggest you do so. Get this, Omak, you were up in the 60s earlier today. Right now you sit at 39 degrees, mid-40s, pretty widespread across much of the inland northwest. A few scattered showers still kind of lingering, those moving through Moscow right now, kind of making their way toward Lewiston. We're going to watch those continue to fall apart. And then tomorrow we'll see snow develop in the Cascades, and then scattered showers hit the inland northwest. And then it's likely mountain snow picks up and then continues. Main event though, kind of overnight Friday into Saturday, where we're talking some heavy rain and gusty wind. Looks like we could potentially see a little bit of snow Saturday here in town. That'd be rain turning to snow during the day. And then it looks like a more significant, more widespread snow hits as we get into the day on Sunday. So what we're going to say is breezy, rain, and then the chance of snow and likely accumulating as we get into the day on Sunday.
Oh, I guess welcome to April, right? Thank you, Jeremy. New tonight, tens of thousands of veterans across the Inland Northwest exposed to toxic chemicals during their service could soon qualify for additional benefits. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is here now to explain who is eligible. Kyle? Well, in the past, vets had to prove that a medical condition was directly related to toxic environments they were exposed to. But that's not the case anymore thanks to the PACT Act, and it's opening the door for 3.2 million vets across the country to enroll and get screened. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs says the PACT Act is perhaps the largest health care and benefit expansion in VA history. Veterans exposed to toxins, airborne hazards, chemicals, radiation, or other occupational hazards during wartime service in Vietnam, the Gulf War, or post 9/11 War on Terror are eligible to enroll and get screened for their exposure.
So veterans who are exposed to burn pits, toxic exposure, Agent Orange, they no longer have to prove that the condition they have is because of that exposure. The PACT Act recognizes that.
Tonight, officials from the VA hosted a Veterans Town Hall in Spokane Valley, encouraging vets to apply.
We shouldn't expect our veterans to travel great distances to come and see us. So we should go and see our veterans and make sure that we're delivering the message to them.
The VA says 43,000 vets across the inland Northwest are eligible for PACT Act benefits, including an estimated 14,000 who've never enrolled in the VA. While there is no deadline to apply, vets who submit a claim before August 10th could receive retroactive benefits going back to August 2022. There is no cost to apply. Vets can call a benefits counselor at 1-800-827-1000 or visit va.gov/PACT. That's PACT. And the VA is warning vets against PACT Act scams. Again, vets do not have to pay to apply or receive benefits. Mark.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. And now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. The Bonner County Sheriff's Office is warning of a registered sex offender trying to communicate with children through letters. According to the Sheriff's Office, 68-year-old David Stewart was arrested inside Sandpoint High School. He reportedly exchanged letters with a child asking as a pen pal. Well, they believe he may have other, quote, pen pals and are asking for information from the public. You can contact the Bonner County Sheriff's Office at that number right there at the bottom of your screen. Well, the I-90 homeless encampment continues to shrink. There are now 55 people living at the camp. Julie Garcia of Jules Helping Hands says they are moving people into supportive and permanent housing almost every day.
It's a lot easier to manage and maintain 55 people as compared to 680 people, but everybody seems to still be engaging with their peer support. They've been taking housing solutions that have come online. We're moving new people into the Catalyst and moving old people into permanent housing.
WashDOT said they moved in the fence again yesterday. There is not a timeline for when the entire camp has to be cleared. More tonight on a nearly 40-year-old cold case that we brought you yesterday. Spokane police determined the dismembered body of a woman found in the Spokane River back in 1984 is Ruth Bell Waymeyer. Detective Sergeant Zach Storman says the eureka moment came from a divorce certificate which revealed Millie's real name.
This isn't over, so I hope people out there that do know something or knew her in high school, Rogers High School, classes 76 through about 1980, might know her or her sister. I'd love to hear from those people and see if we can put it all together and close it properly.
Ruth's husband at the time died 6 years ago, but has not been ruled out as a suspect. No other suspects have been identified in this investigation.